I am Ajibintu Drame, and this is QTV Midday News coming to you live from our studios on Keraba Avenue, and thanks for joining us. Our top stories. Party leaders of the NPP-led coalition have expressed optimism over victory on December 4th due to the huge turnout and comments from voters on the campaign trail. As part of the program for accelerated community development, President Barrow has donated tractors to various communities across the country, with the North Bank region being the first to benefit. 5 suspects are in police custody for money counterfeiting after being arrested with fake currencies. Those are our main headlines. Now the news in detail. Now, party leaders of the NPP-led coalition have expressed optimism of a victory on December 4th. In an interview with QTV's Aliou Cisse, leaders of the GPDP, PPP and ANRD said the huge turnout and comments from voters on the campaign trail indicates victory is assured.
President Adama Barrow, the candidate of the NPP-led coalition, is backed by more than 10 political parties and several independent candidates for the upcoming presidential election. Speaking Wolof, Henry Gomez, leader of the GPDP party, told QTV that he is convinced that the NPP-led coalition will sweep the polls by 85% as he extends an open arm to all Gambians to embrace and join them. He said Gambians are too politically aware to be deceived. He said the election is between voting for progress or retrogression.
Aliou lima gis ba legi moy Gambian si ken munatu len na Gambian si fim nek gis nañ deug xam nañ deug te bo xolé ki la jox jamm jox na la yeb te Adama Barrow daf ñu jox jamm ñun ñep Adama Barrow nit ku yaru la nit ku am diine la te ku am yirmande la ba tay ni mo démé Gambian bi Aliou li Adama Barrow mun ma yow duñ ko mun moy team la di la saga di wax yu bari Aliou lolu rek dafa decide election gi ba pare because Gambia ni 22 years li lañ doon ut fim nek am nañ ko te bo gisee nit ñi gëna ñoñu ñep Barrow mënu leena jox xaaliss mënu leena jënda.
Keba Jallow of the PPP is equally proud and hopeful of victory with the testimonies from the local people and the huge crowd attending the political rallies. He renewed PPP's commitment to the coalition for reconciliation and national development.
We are so impressed that Barrow has done his job in the sense that he is assigned to oversee a transitional government, basically to stabilize the country, which so far so good. We are in peace, enjoying our peace and freedom. But then apart from the peace and freedom, there has been so much unprecedented development in the country. Wherever you go, any village you go to, there is something that President Barrow has done. Whether it's a milling machine, or a borehole, or school, or bridges, or roads, he has done something.
Lamin Bojang, leader of the ANRD, who has also endorsed President Barrow, supports the president's interest to unify the country, to develop and move forward. Bojang says victory is certain.
It is amazing to see that the president has the same agenda like ANRD, and the way he outlined the health sector, the medical insurance issue, and also the fisheries, how he wants to invest in that, and the youth empowerment, the women empowerment. These are areas that stole our heart, because these are the areas that we have been asking government, this particular government, to concentrate on. So for him to stand at a platform and inform Gambians that this is what I'm going to do, we have no hesitation at all but to give the 100% support.
On Friday, President Barrow held well-attended political rallies at Paleli in Nyanija district, Wasu in Nyani, and Prendaba Wolof in Same district, all in the Central River region. Addressing the rallies, President Barrow was elated by the rousing welcome accorded him. He thanked the people for the trust to elect him to lead the country in the last 4 years, which has seen unprecedented development. He further assured them of his determination to stand for the interests of the people, irrespective of political affiliation.
Youth enterprise fund the level nati.
He used the rallies to share with the people his government's intent to allocate salaries for alcalos for the first time in the country, with effect from end of January 2022. He said his government will also roll out a national health insurance scheme in 2022 to meet the medical needs of the people. Just as at the previous meetings, the people expressed satisfaction with the Barrow administration while hoping for more development in the coming years. In turn, they also promised to vote for the president. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
As part of the program for accelerated community development, President Barrow donated tractors to various communities across the country, with the North Bank region being the first to benefit. Abibatu Sisi narrates the story by Don Williams.
As they gather at the governor's office at Kerewan, North Bank region, community heads receive a set of 4 tractors with spare parts. According to the governor of North Bank region, Lamin Sedikan, they are for the people of Kerwali of Lower Nyomi, Chilla Joronko of Upper Nyomi, Dasilami in Jokadu, and Toro Taim in Lower Badibu. Ismaila Danso, Director of Delivery Unit with the Department of Strategic Policy and Deliveries at the Office of the President, presented the keys for the 4 tractors to the governor of the North Bank region.
Interactual menni alonko nge sam projeto mem ka fa program for accelerated community development.
These tractors are procured under the Program for Accelerated Community Development to assist rural farming communities to enhance better livelihoods. 4 tractors will be given to the North Bank region.
Among those present was the political advisor to the president, Siaka Jata.
The president has this vision to help people with these tractors to improve their living conditions. If we support the president's development agenda, we will benefit from many projects.
One of the beneficiaries was Dasilami district, represented by the chief Alpha Mariam Khan.
This will enhance food security. Considering also Dasilame is a very strategic community. They are engaged in producing rice. But with the provision of this tractor, it would enhance them, timely plowing, and also yield, increase production. The message I have for people of North Bank, especially to the community that is benefiting, these are meant to help them and to support them. But what is important is, let the purpose not be defeated.
Represented Toro Taim community of Lower Badibu was Chief Fabala Fadia Kinte, another beneficiary, to express gratitude.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I am praying to Allah to bless him and grant our nation peace.
After the ceremony, the North Bank Region Governor Lamin Sedikan had this to say.
This is the project by the government, led by His Excellency Adama Barrow. Agriculture is one of the key components of his government. We happen to be the first region to receive these magnificent tractors who are going to help the community and the villages as well. So it's an exciting moment for our region. The president has done it again, and he's been doing it. A few months ago, he delivered ambulances. Before that, he delivered tractors. Now another tractors are here, and we can expect more to come.
At this ceremony, all the beneficiaries were happy for the magnanimous gesture and appeal for all to vote for President Adama Barrow on election day. For QTV News, I am Abibatu Sise.
Moving on, 5 suspects are in police custody for money counterfeiting after being arrested with fake currencies. The PRO of the Gambia Police Force briefed the media at Kotu Police Station, where the investigation was conducted. Babuka Sise reports.
The 5 suspects are 4 Senegalese and a Gambian. They were arrested with close to 400,000 fake dollars and a huge amount of fake CFA francs. The PRO of the Gambia Police Force, ASP Lamin Jai, explains.
The individual suspect is one Saliu Nyang, who is a Senegalese national, and he is age 35. In fact, we know he's from Bour in Senegal, and he is the one who came up with these printing machines that you have seen here, and he has been producing Gambian currency. So far, so good. The amount that has been caught with him amounts to $350,050, and also another $65,400 also caught with him. That's the one that is printed but not caught yet. He's not cut those ones into actual notes yet, but they are already printed. And also an amount of $1 million CFA, which is also counterfeit currency, was also found with him. But not only him, We also have found out that there are collaborators that he's been working with, 3 of them who are, one of whom is a Gambian as well.
Inspector Buba Sanyang, officer in charge of the CID at Kotu Police Station, tells us about the suspect's modus operandi.
This is a normal printer that they use to print these monies. And they will use a normal A4 size paper, which is a special one bought from Senegal. And then he will use it to print it out, and then they will use a scissors to cut it to this size. And then this is a paper cutter, which they will use to size it to this level. And then after sizing it, they will just packet it like this. This is $200,000. In having these colors together, they will use this mixture of colors, because normally the printer will take one color, but they will use their own ways. I don't know how they do it, but they will use this to get to these colors. This one is a black paper, which is normally used also to produce fake dollars.
The PRO sends this message to the public.
People to be vigilant when it comes to transactions, financial transactions, because if you look at some of these fake currencies, the paper that they use to produce it are usually very smooth, unlike the authentic money that we have. We want to send message to the general public, especially landlords, to be vigilant. When they have strangers, they need to also be monitoring what activities those strangers are doing in their compounds or in their rented properties. And finally, the message we want to send also to the public is for people to share information with the police.
As to whether the fake currencies have infiltrated the market, the PRO assures the public that the suspects were on the verge of selling the money to third parties, but their operation was nipped in the bud. The 5 suspects will be charged and brought before the courts, the PRO concludes. Babukar Sise, QTV News.
From that story, we will go for a short commercial break. Still to come, we have more stories, too. Stay tuned.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Now, the Open Society Platform Gambia, in partnership with the National Democratic Institute and other coalition partners on Friday, held a press briefing on their project titled Open Governance Partnership Accelerator Initiative. The project is to see the implementation and operationalization of the Access to Information Law enacted by the President and the National Assembly. Yahya Jawa reports.
The project aims to stimulate conversations and commitment on open governance, transparency and accountability for political actors, particularly among the 6 election candidates contesting the December 4, 2021 presidential elections. It is also to ensure political candidates represent citizens' interests during this year's campaign period and translate them into policy agendas that will respond to the concerns of citizens and to ensure there is a strong democratic culture in the country. The head of programs and grants of the Open Society Platform, Abdoulaye Jadama, says with more than 25 years of experience in multi-party democracy, there is still a growing dissatisfaction and disappointment among citizens of the Gambia with the functioning of the major political institutions and actors, including political parties. He highlighted the society's role in trying to ensure the principles of democracy are upheld.
Then, with technical support of NDI, Open Society Platform Gambia is leading the CSO coalition effort to advocate for inclusive and open governance and accountability reform in the Gambia. With regards to that, we are just want to see that Gambia joins the elite clubs of governments that are declared free and fair and open to their citizens.
Fatou Bintou Salah, the program officer of the National Democratic Institute, NDI, says the NDI is working to promote openness and accountability in governments by building political and civic organizations, safeguarding elections and promoting citizens' participation.
This project aims to improve transparency and accountability frameworks and invariably position the Gambia for eligibility into the Open Government Partnership initiative that my brother MS Bahad mentioned earlier, which is a global body of over 77 countries that promotes open and accountable governance globally.
Bay Kanyang's executive director Mfamara Jaune also commented on the CSO's coalition efforts to advocate for inclusive and open governance and accountability reforms in the country, saying the campaign period is the best moment for political parties and their candidates to address issues of transparency and accountability.
In their campaign promises, we all know very well that the campaign is going on at the moment, and we cannot have a better opportunity than now to ensure that our candidates prioritize the issues of accountability and transparency in their campaign promises, so that at the end of the day, electorates could have an opportunity to consider voting for candidates who will open up the government, candidates who will prioritize issues of open government, but candidates who will not hide critical government information from the citizens.
This coalition on open governance and accountability will closely monitor the campaigns of political parties to gauge which party has accommodated the coalition's agenda in their campaign plans, and will use the outcome of the assessment to engage civil society, the media and policy actors after the elections. Reporting for QTV News, I am Yahya Jao.
A youth organization called the Basse Got Talent on Saturday organized the first edition of the inter-school drama, spelling quiz and speech competition among 12 schools in Basse. This event aims to help students to increase their respect for academic and interest in learning. This report is by Fodemane.
5 lower basic schools, 4 upper basic, and 3 senior schools face each other as friends, family, teachers, and colleagues turned out at the Basse Youth Center to support. Destiny Domain won the best in drama for lower basic schools, while SOS won for spelling in the same category. For the senior secondary schools, Nasir came top in impromptu speech, and St. George's claimed the trophy in drama. Meanwhile, the new Kobakunda Upper and Senior School took this event as an opportunity to test themselves against the established Nasir and St. George's Senior Secondary Schools and won 3 of the 8 awards in their respective categories. Imagine the winners in drama and quiz for the upper basic schools and runner-up in the drama for the senior schools. At the end of the events, a very pleased Mr. Aderebio Sunday Emmanuel, the teacher guiding Destiny Domain and Kobakunda schools, says the event was an exposure to his students to learn new ideas to develop themselves in both academic and extracurricular activities. Alhaji A.F. Jallo, the chief judge, also says the competition offers a lot of rewards to the students beyond just winning prizes.
Yeah, when we talk about spelling bee, impromptu speech, these are all areas that prepare the students to become responsible. Now, if you look into impromptu speech, it is a time that is given to you. You are not prepared for you to come and then give out whatever you want, but you are mentally prepared to be able to come and speak to the public. You know, public speaking is not really an easy thing, but obviously it's a ground that we are preparing these young ones to become responsible or to take leadership.
Tala Kamara and Malik Jeba, former drama troopers, shared their impressions of the event.
So today what is displayed here is really a good talent, and I want to tell BGT, this is just the beginning. More is to come. So let them just continue with the good job that they are doing, and let them encourage the young ones. Like, this is an opportunity, and it is a safe space for children to expose their talent.
Previously, we've been having this kind of competitions, but usually it has been organized by people outside Basse or outside the region. So it is really important that we are doing this for ourselves. So it's a moment of pride, it's a moment of happiness, and really something that we are really proud of, because we are doing it for ourselves. It's like we have now want to take our own issues, do it for our own people.
Mohamed Kagbo, a member of the organizing committee, explained why they came up with such an event and says his organization is committed to sustaining the activity annually and called on Good Samaritans to support them in their future activities.
The reason why we came up with this is because we believe we have passed through this, understand? We have people we term as mentors, and then they have also taught us how to do things like this, because one time in our school lifetime, we also came out to come for such competitions to make sure we grace ourselves and showcase our talents. That was how we form our own organization, in fact. So that's why we also deem it necessary to recruit our young ones. We know within them, we have people who have this talent, but they don't know how to show the world that they have this talent. That's why we have to come up with this idea of bringing this occasion to make sure young boys and girls like them can come and showcase their talent, not just to compete, but also able to expose themselves.
Many students feel it is difficult to express their talents in school, but events of this nature provide an avenue to be motivated, excel, and achieve great things. Reporting for QTV News, I am Fode Mane.
Amazing talents there. Now, the University of the Gambia, with support from the UNDP, on Thursday validated and presented the research report and findings on preventing electoral violence in the Gambia. Loli M. Kamara reports.
As the Gambia goes to the polls in the December 4th presidential election, stakeholders are stepping up efforts to ensure a free and fair election. Lukman Shaka, from the UTG Political Science Unit and the head of research team, explained the need for the research and some of the recommendations made during the process.
The core objective is that election is coming. This election is very crucial. It is the commencement of the electoral cycle. We are going to have another election in 2022 and 2023. So getting the first election proper is very important. In a larger context, the Gambia is undergoing a democratization process, a democratic transition. The first election in a transition and democracy is usually very hotly contested, is usually very central and important. IEC is to ensure that it gets it out in order and deliver a credible election. The parties and party leaders and party militants and supporters should conduct themselves in peaceful manner.
Saturday, the UNDP residents representative stated that since the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between her institution and the UTG, the two institutions have collaborated on various issues, including SDG localization efforts, promoting local enterprise, and developing evidence-based policies on gender equality.
We can really base our statement on research that has been done and see how the country is evolving in getting rid of hate messages and everything that can be source of violence, because inheritance, sometimes the legacy can be deep.
Mandin Sedikan, deputizing for the Minister of Interior, said collaboration is needed to safeguard our already existing cultures, norms, democratic values, and promoting peaceful coexistence. He thanked the University of the Gambia, civil society organizations, NGOs, and private development partners for a move in the right direction.
It is therefore important for people of the Gambia to begin the practice of association. The association